Well, Bennett Levine, leaving Archewell is a bit of a blow because everybody said when he came in there as the top guy that he was going to change things around and make a big difference for Archewell in terms of getting the level of their productions up and to make sure that deals were created. I mean, he was involved in the production side of the six-parter on Harry and Meghan. When you look at it, it made a lot of money. Also, he was involved in the Invictus Games docuseries as well. So that these are big things for Archewell, and these were the beginnings of what they hoped would be achieved. I mean, they never got a few deals across the line, and now with the renewal of that contract, it's in 2025 with a loss of Bennett Levine, it's looking a bit precarious for them. It was supposed to be renewed last until 2025. Now, there's a lot of rumours at the moment that it's not going to be renewed, and I think the reason for that is the lack of production. There hasn't been enough going on, and also the fact that, in a way, Meghan and Harry are flirting with their other organisations, even being flown down to Jamaica for that Paramount launch on Bob Marley on that film. So look, it's clearly not gone as well as they hoped. A lot of money was invested, but we'll have to wait and see. There's still a little bit of time to run on the contract. But losing a character like Bennett Levine, who would have been right at the centre of organising all of the potential new deals and new productions, it's a bit of a blow at this particular juncture. Well, look, people do naturally leave, and people who have different views on their career. And clearly, Bennett Levine, who's an ambitious guy, is looking to move on and change his career. That said, it doesn't, they're obviously going to have to get somebody else in, Harry and Meghan, to deal with this. At the moment, they're saying they're taking charge of it themselves. I personally think it doesn't bode well, because somebody who's a high flyer, who's actually has got good experience in the industry, it was already in place. And if they really were wanting this thing was going in the right direction, wouldn't really be looking to get out, would be looking to take that on to the next level. It does actually look at the moment that we're in a bit of a downward spiral. Losing the Spotify deal was a big blow for Harry and Meghan. If they don't renew this Netflix contract, which, again, doesn't look like it's going to happen, it is pretty bad because, up until this point, they've really been effectively selling themselves, haven't they? The Harry and Meghan deal, which is probably what Netflix was handing a lot of their hopes on that big series, that's done and dusted. You can't do another one of those where, Trash of the Royal Family became, part of that. That's gone now. You can't possibly get involved in doing that anymore. So you've got to look at what else they're going to offer. Now, as creative people, they have got ideas, but those ideas don't seem to be gaining any traction. The animation that Meghan was going to get involved with, that got canned by Netflix. So it's beginning to look like, where's the next billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar deal coming from? And obviously Harry and Meghan's, their reputation is taking a bit of a nosedive in both, well, certainly in the UK, to a degree in America. And I think it's they'll be looking to secure some better deals as soon as possible. When they left, there was a lot of hope that they're going to, really make a big difference, both philanthropically and in terms of productions. They started well enough. They got these deals signed, but it looks like everything's becoming off the rails a little bit. Then certain high flyers like Bennett Levine leaving Archel, that's one indication that things aren't quite going as well as they hoped. But really, what are they doing? I think this is the big question. I mean, there's also talk that Meghan may even get back involved in acting and go back to special suits and things like this. But the point of it is there doesn't seem to be a structure, whereas before they were talking about having a great structure plan where they're going to have a major impact on the world. Turning up at an award to pick up an award for being a legend in aviation was almost farcical, and the level of people involved, it just was pretty cheap. And then you're turning up in Jamaica at a launch in a country where really there've been a lot of attacks upon the monarchy, and the whole issue of republicanism is being raised there. So you've got to ask the question, what exactly are they doing? And I know that in the palace circles there is a sense and a bit of a worry that what actually happens when all the money runs out. I think that we've heard so many actors over many years saying they'd never go back and do something. But if the money's right, the lights, the eyes light up, and they'll do that one-off gig. So I think that if the money was right and the project was right, she would go back. I think that there's a chance that she'd probably want some sort of hand in the production or on that side of things as well. But let's face it, these situations, you've got to look at the finances, and if the finances are running dry in some of the other areas and they've no longer got the big deals in place with Spotify and then Netflix isn't renewed, then I'm sure they'll take what they've got in front of them, and that could well involve a remake of a remake of Suits. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, they have got a knack of pulling the rabbit out the hat. Let's hope for their sake they can.